Explosive showdown. Brad Pitt shatters his ice-cold image on live. TV won't believe what push him over the edge. The studio lights blaze like 1,000 suns at morning, hotter brighter, as if the very bulbs could smell blood in the water. Camera zoomed in tight on Brad Pitt. Yeah, that Brad Pitt, the man who surfed tsunamis of fame without ever wiping out. But today his trademark half-smile looked like it was carved from glass rayed crack across the table. Sunny Host leaned forward like a prosecutor, sending weakness, the audience dead silent, even the coughs had stopped. Before we dive into the moment Hollywood's golden boy exploded and stormed off the view stage, smash that subscribe button. Slam the like and drop a comment. Have you ever seen a celeb lose it on live TV? It fuels the fire. Let's keep these nuclear-level stories coming to Fuse. Was lit from the jump it started. Innocent enough. Brad strolled and looking like he just stepped off a yacht in the French Riviera linen shirt. Sun-kissed hair, that lazy grin that's melted a billion hearts. The ladies of The View ate it up. Whoopi Goldberg cracked a joke about his abs and Fight Club still haunting her dreams. Joy Boyer asked he age in dog years because sir that's unfair. The crowd roared. Brad laughed, that deep easy chuckle that makes you believe world peace is possible. They talk his new film, some artsy thriller about a grieving architect. Why they gushed over his charity work in New Orleans post-Katrina. He dropped a line about making wine in France like it was no big deal, normal celebrity fluff. But Sunny had her claws out. She waited. She watched. She let the fluff pile up a dry kindling. Then right after commercial break, she struck the match. Sunny, Brad, you've been Hollywood's golden boy for decades. But some say you're selective about what you speak on, especially accountability in this industry. Is that fair? The room froze. Brad blinked once, twice. That polite smile twitched like a dying fluorescent light. He glanced at Joy, who suddenly found her coffee mug. Fascinating. Then back to Sunny. Brad. Everyone picks their battle. Sometimes the loudest impact isn't on camera. Sunny didn't blink. Sunny, but silence from someone as powerful as he, doesn't that look like complicity gas? The audience inhaled as a woman in the third row clutched her pearls so hard they nearly snapped Brad's jaw. Did that thing, the subtle clench you've seen and say 7 and right before he loses it. But he reeled in. Brad. I don't think silence equals complicity. Some fights happen off the stage. Sunny tilted her head like a hawk spotting a mouse. Sunny, the public doesn't see those fights, Brad. They see one of the biggest names in the world staying quiet while others take the hits. Isn't that easy? Boom. The word easy hung in the air like a slap. Brad chuckled. But it was hollow. The sound of man laughing at a funeral. Brad, staying quiet's never been easy for me. I just choose my war. Sunny's eyes narrowed. Sunny. And that choice doesn't look like privilege. Holy should, the audience exploded in murmurs. Someone whispered, oh no. She didn't loud enough of the mics to catch Joy. Behar tried to jump in. Okay. Let's, but Sunny raised one finger. Not done. Brad repeated the word like it burned his tongue. Brad, privilege at a heavy word for a 3-minute segment. Sunny, big issues need big words. Something shifted. Brad sat up straighter. His hands, usually loose and relaxed, now gripped the table's edges. Voice dropped an octave of rumble before the earthquake. Brad, I came here to talk about my film, not to be lectured about my privilege. I've lived responsibility my way. Just because it doesn't fit your script doesn't mean it's not real. Gasped. Joy's eyes went wide. Whoopi's eyebrows shot up so fast they nearly hit the rafter. Sunny didn't flinch. Sunny, I'm not lecturing. I'm asking what millions want to know when they're screaming for change. Why aren't you screaming with them? Brad's fingers drum. Tap, tap, tap like a countdown. Brad. Maybe because we decided actors are supposed to be moral gods. I'm here to tell stories. Sunny, not lead. Crusade's attention was a living thing, now pulsing, breathing, ready to snap. Sunny leaned in, voice off, but lethal. Sunny, with your platform, neutrality is a choice, and right now neutrality looks a lot like Brad. Don't tell me what neutrality is. The room exploded. Cameras jolt to producer off stage, dropped his clipboard. Whoopi's mouth actually felt open. Brad's voice cracked like thunder in a tin's eyes blaze, not the charming sparkle of Ocean's 11. But the raw fury of man pushed 1 inch too far. He blinked like he couldn't believe the words had escaped. Then he doubled down. Brad, I'm sick of this. Every interview, every red carpet. Why aren't you louder? Why aren't you angrier? I give millions. I build houses. I fund schools. But it's never enough. Sunny open her mouth. But Brad steamroll. Brad, you want a soundbite here. When I'm done proving myself to strangers who don't know the first thing about my life, the audience was silent, not the respectful kind. But the holy crap, did that just happen? Kind. Then commercial break, but the storm didn't pause the break. When the mask slipped, the red lights dimmed, the applause sign flash, but nobody clapped. You could hear the studio lights buzzing. Brad stare at the table like it had betrayed him. His hands actually shook before he clenched him into fists. Sunny leaned back, arms crossed, watch him like a chess master who just taken a queen. Joy whisper, well, that escalated. Whoopi muttered to a producer, we need to cool this down. A stagehand. His 30 seconds. Brad finally spoke, voice low, venomous. Brad, if this is a trial, I didn't sign up for the jury. Whoopi, nobody's trying you, Brad. This is just real, Brad. Real or rating, Sunny. It's not personal, Brad. Feels pretty damn personal from here. 10 seconds. Brad straightened, the mask slid back on, but was cracked. Now you can see the rage simmering behind his eyes like lava under ice. Cameras rolled round to the fight that broke the internet. Whoopi, try to reset. Welcome back. We're with Brad Pitt, talking film, and a life. Polite claps. Brad's smile was a corpse, stiff, cold, dead. Sunny. We went for the juggler. Sunny. Brad, you said fame hasn't changed, but has the noise made you pull back? Because people need to hear from you. Brad's laugh was bitter. Brad, you can't sneeze without someone saying you should have coughed. I'm an actor, Sunny, not your megaphone, Sunny. But your silence is a story. And right now, it's saying you don't care. Crack. Brad. Lean forward. Elbows on table, voice deadly calm. Brad, you want to know what I care about? My kids, my work, the 200 homes I rebuilt in New Orleans that nobody filmed. But sure, let's make this about me not tweeting enough. Joy tried to pivot. Brad's got 50 movies, maybe just want a day off from Brad. It's not about a day off, it's about being owned. Every word I say gets twisted into a headline. I say nothing, I'm complicit. I speak, I'm grandstanding, I can't win. Sunny, maybe winning isn't a point, maybe showing up is. Brad's eyes flash. Brad, I show up, just not for your cameras. The audience, who Sunny people don't want her cameras, they want to know when they're hurting. Are you with them? Brad's voice dropped to a growl. Brad, you don't get to decide that for me, Sunny honey, but you won't say it. Spark ignite. Boom. Brad, 'cause I'm tired being told I'm not enough. I've given everything, time, money, blood, and still do more. Prove more. I'm done. He stood, the chair scraped like a gunshot. The audience. Gas camera swung wildly. A producer screamed, keep rolling. Brad ripped off his mic pack. Wires snapping like bones. Brad, you want a headline? Here's your headline, Brad. Pish human. Deal with it. He stormed off, not a walk. A storm, boots pounding, shoulders squared, fury radiating like heat waves. Sunny sat frozen. Joy's mouth hung open. Whoopi just blinked. The stage manager yelled cut to commercial, but the mics were still hot. Brad's final words echoed as he disappeared backstage. Tell them I said no more. The aftermath. Hollywood on fire. Twitter broke. Brad Pitt walkout trended for 48 hours straight. Finally, a celeb said end to the guilt trip. 12M like Sunny pushed too far. This was an ambush. 800K retweets. He's not wrong. Let artist be. Artist Elton John TMZ camped outside his house. Paparazzi chase his car for miles. Is team radio silence. But 3 days later, Brad dropped a bombshell Instagram post. No caption. Just a photo of him hammering nails into a rooftop in New Orleans. Sweat soaked, no glam, no filters. Caption added 24 hours later, actions hashtag still building, still fighting, just not for your clicks. 50 million likes. The secret tapes. What happened backstage? Leaked audio. Yes, it's real. From a hot mic backstage. Producer Brody can edit. Let's reshoot the exit. Brad, edit this. I'm never doing morning TV again. Tell Sunny she got her viral moment. Hope it was worth it. Another clip. Brad on the phone. Voice shaking with rage. Brad, they want to be their puppet. Fine. But puppets don't get a feel. I'm done being their dancing monkey. Sunny's response. And oh, apology. Sunny went on The View. The next day, unrepentant Sunny. I asked questions millions wanted answers to. If that makes me the villain, so be it. But Brad Pitt doesn't get to play neutral when the world's on fire. Whoopi tried to mediate. We push, that's a job, but maybe we push too hard, Joy. I just want to talk about his hair. The Fallout career on the line. Studio execs panicked. His new film's press tour cancelled, brands dropping him from endorsements too controversial. But ticket sales triple. People wanted to see the man who dared to twist a letter. He never sent. Sources say Brad wrote a 6-page letter to Sunny. Never mailed you wanted. Raw here is raw. I've buried friends to addiction. I've funded rehab beds of my own money. I've sat with sexual assault survivors. While cameras rolled elsewhere, you see silence. I see survival. You're not wrong to ask. But you're wrong to assume you know the answer. 1 year later. The redemption. Brad returned to View on his terms. No host, no audience, just a camera and a single chair. He spoke for 22 minutes. No script. Brad, I lost that day. And I'm not sorry, because for first time I wasn't performing. I'm not your savior. I'm not your villain. I'm a man trying to do right in a world that punishes trying. If you want my voice here, it has stopped demanding perfection from imperfect people. Build something fun, something show up, then we'll talk. He walked off. No applause, no viral clip. Just truth. Final shock. The secret donation 2 weeks later. An anonymous $10 million donation hit a sexual assault survivor fund. The thank you letter. Dress of man who walked off. It was an 8,000 words of pure chaos, heart, and Hollywood on fire. Subscribe, like, comment. Would you have walked off? The revolution wasn't televised. It was lived. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay updated. Subscribe for more powerful video.